Good afternoon, James filling in for Peter, here. I would like to welcome everyone to the iBlind Users Group or iBugs meeting for Saturday, March 26, 2022. Thank you for joining us this lovely spring afternoon. More and more of the blind and visually impaired community are finding the iOS devices to be a useful assistive technology tool in their daily lives. Whether at home, at work or school, or on the go, the accessibility features of the iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Apple Watch and Apple TV have cleared new pathways for the visually impaired to be more productive, consume online content, stay connected through social media and have fun. With the commencement of spring, we hope that everyone is starting to enjoy the beautiful bird song in the trees and smell the sweet fragrance of flowers on the breeze. We kindly ask you to ignore the birds and flowers for the next 2 hours. This meeting is being recorded. To enhance the quality of the recording, please minimize background noise. If we hear any phones ringing or voiceovers speaking aloud, we will place you in virtual timeout for the rest of the meeting. We ask that everyone please stay on mute, using the mute key on your device, unless, of course, you have a question or comment. We have a sensational meeting planned for today. We will first review some iBug announcements and some recent Apple news and rumors. Then, Tom, Greg, and Kenny will demonstrate some cool third-party apps. Finally, we will spend any remaining time to answer questions you may have. I would now like to turn the meeting over to the Ladybug herself, Sandhya Rao. Ready to go? Ladybug?
All right. Thank you, James, filling in for Peter. Not sure what happened to Peter, but oh well. Okay, thanks, James. Did a great job. Okay, so this is iBug Apple Workshop for March 26th. Glad you're here. And this is Sandhya Rao, and I'll be helping facilitator. I will be facilitating the meeting. And we are going to get started with just a few little housekeeping rules. We like to start off. We'd like everybody to stay on mute when not speaking. If you do have a question, during one of the Q&A sessions, we'd like for you to say your name and then wait to be recognized. We don't use the hand raise feature, so I promise we will get to your question. How do you mute, you might ask? So if you're on the app, the Zoom app, it's in the bottom left corner. If you're on your iPad, it's the top middle. If you're on your Mac, it's Command-Shift-A. If it's on a PC, it's Alt-A. And you can also, on the computers, you can also use the space bar as a push to talk, okay? So let's see, what do we have? We love to do a little introduction or icebreaker, as we like to say. And in honor of the Oscars, which are going to be tomorrow night, I know everybody's going to be watching, right? Well, hopefully, if you're into that. Even if you're not, we'd like for you to share your favorite movie. It could be a childhood movie, your movie right now, or any kind of whatever the movie is, your favorite movie. And we would love to hear from, so say who you are, where you're from, and then your movie. Okay, so let's see. Let's get started. All right, so start off, say your name. So unmute yourself, say your name, where you're from, and your favorite movie. Okay, who wants to go first?
Elisa.
Okay, go ahead, Elisa. Welcome.
Elisa and Porter, and I don't have a favorite movie.
All right, thank you. Okay, next.
This is Herbie in Houston, and the movie I'm most looking forward to is the iBug story, where we talk about everything related to iBug. So, starring
great.
Sandhya Rao.
Oh,
and
no.
Michael McCullough.
It'll be a horror film, I guess. Okay, thank you, Herbie. All right, next, Miss Arlene, go ahead.
Hi, this is Arlene from North Carolina, and my favorite movie is The Princess Bride.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Arlene. All right.
Marty.
Marty.
Marty from Philly and Rescued by Ruby.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Marty. All right. Who's next?
Bridget Dozier from Atlanta
Yes,
My
ma'am.
favorite, one of them is The Bucket List.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Miss Bridget.
Tom from Vermont.
Yes, sir.
Fiddler on the Roof. Like the movie when I saw it in 70 millimeter. It was great.
Okay. What a great, by We're a Rich Man.
See.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. All right. Who's next?
This is Roy in Fort Worth.
Yes, sir.
And my favorite was Shenandoah, starring Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, I love Jimmy Stewart. Thank you, Roy. All right. I think I heard Miss Misty there.
Misty from Morton, New Jersey. And I liked Sister Act 1 and 2.
Ah, thank you. Okay, great. All right. Who's next?
Dana. Sarah from Vermont.
Oh, hold on. Dana and then Sarah. Go ahead, Dana.
Yeah, Dana from Cincinnati. I like Star Wars: A New Hope.
All right. Thank you, Dana. And then Miss Sarah.
Hi, Sarah from Vermont. And When Harry Met Sally. I could watch that yearly.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Glad to have you. Okay.
Wilhelmina from Arlington Heights.
Okay, hold on. Wilhelmina and then Terry. Go, Wilhelmina.
Wilhelmina from Philadelphia and The Color Purple.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. And Miss Terry Ann.
I missed the question. Is it what is your favorite movie or
favorite movie in honor of Oscar season? So whatever movie.
Oh, I think
any
this
movie
would qualify. The Sound of Music.
Ah, okay, great.
But
great.
I can't watch it anymore because I just cry and cry and cry. But I love that movie.
Oh, it is a great movie. Thank you for sharing that. All right.
This is Brad.
Brad.
This is Brad. I'm in Dallas. I like lots of movies. It's hard to pick one, but today I'm going to go with Citizen Kane because it was a breakthrough movie. It was on a lot of fronts, directorial. So that's my choice for today.
All right. Thank you, Brad. All right. Who's next?
Nancy.
Nancy.
And I'm from Missouri, and one of my favorites is Forrest Gump.
Oh, great. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Who's next?
This is Jim.
Jim, yes, sir.
North Carolina. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay. Thank you, Jim.
This is Ned.
Yes, sir.
Ned from Texas, and my favorite movie is Casablanca.
Ah, okay. Wonderful. Go ahead. Who's next?
Vincent, New Jersey.
Vincent.
The Third Man.
What is it?
The Third Man.
The Third Man. Okay. Thank you.
Suva from Houston.
Suva, yes, sir.
Probably Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil. Okay. Thank you.
Dan from Southern California.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my favorite movie is The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Dan. All right. Who's next?
Nancy from Arlington, Virginia.
Oh, welcome. Yes.
My favorite, On the Waterfront.
Oh, okay.
Martin
Lots
Brando.
of,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Not Martin.
Thank you for sharing that, Miss Nancy. All right. Who's next?
Jody in New Hampshire.
Yes, ma'am. What's your favorite movie, Jody? Uh-oh, I think we lost her. Okay, we may come back to Jody.
This is Greg
Greg.
from Texas.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go with The Big Chill.
The Big Chill, okay. Thank you. Anybody else?
Jody from New Hampshire.
Yeah, there you are. What's your favorite movie, Jody?
Okay. Star Trek 4. Today is Leonard Nimoy's birthday, and it is officially Leonard Nimoy Day in Boston.
Okay. She is our Trekkie official.
Yes, I am your Trekkie.
Thank you. Okay, who's next?
Where'd you go?
Anybody want to say who they are, where they're from, and your favorite movie if you joined us late? Oh.
This is Helene.
Hey, hi, Miss Helene. How are you?
Okay, thank you. I couldn't think of a movie, but my favorite movie that I used to watch all the time was The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay. Very good. I like that. Thank you, Miss Helene. Okay. All right. Anybody else? We're just
Kenny from Missouri.
Yes, sir.
Pick my favorite movie. It's called Starman.
Starman. Is that another sci-fi film?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Our other Trekkie here. Thank you, Kenny. All right. Anybody else? Who's that? Eva, go ahead.
Eva from Missouri City. Just wanted to say my favorite movie is probably Forrest Gump, just like somebody else said. That's one of my favorites.
All right, great.
Do you want anything?
Thank you. Anybody else? Favorite? Anybody else want to say hi and their favorite movie? Okay, well, might have time to do some more later. All right, I'll quickly share mine. This is Sandhya, and I don't know. I think I'll have to go with The Sound of Music with Terry Ann. So, all right. So there we have it. Thank you so much for that. And while I have y'all unmuted, we'd like to know, are there any first timers on the call today? Anybody?
Hello?
Yes. Hello. Who's that?
My name is Kyle. I am a first timer.
Okay. And what's your favorite movie and where are you from?
Kansas, Olathe.
Okay.
And my favorite movie is It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, what a great movie. Yes, absolutely. Okay. And since we have you here as the first timer, how did you hear about Ibug?
I got an email from Sheila Styron, not the whole person.
Great. And what iPhone or iDevices do you use?
I have an iPhone, an iPad I rarely use, and a Mac.
All right.
I also have 2 Windows computers, actually 3.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm a certified trainer for the blind.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you for helping everybody. Okay, great. Thank you, Kyle. All right. Any other first timers?
This is Nancy Morton, and I'm a first timer.
Okay. And you were from Missouri, right? Missouri?
Yes, Kansas City.
Okay. Great. And how'd you hear about us?
The same from Sheila Styron.
Okay, well, please tell this Sheila Styron, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anybody else, first timers?
Yes, hello. My name is Michael Nava. Yeah, I'm a first timer here also.
Okay, and how did you hear about us?
Sheila Styron. Again.
Styron.
She runs the blind experience group.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, okay. Well, wow. Thank you to all of y'all for joining. That's great. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else that Sheila Styron told to call us? Okay. That's great. That's so exciting. All right. So no other first timers. Okay. Now, well, I thought, okay. So now, did anybody have a birthday or an anniversary in the month of March? Anybody?
This is Jody.
Jody.
Yeah, my birthday was the 23rd.
All right. Well, wow, just recently. Happy belated birthday. Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else have a
Elisa?
birthday? Elisa.
My friend had a birthday on the 24th.
All right. Happy birthday to Elisa's friend. Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, this is Michael.
Arlene.
Michael and then Arlene.
Okay. Mine was yesterday, the 25th.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday. Hope you're still celebrating and you're here with us. That's great. Okay, Miss Arlene.
My birthday was March 2nd.
Okay, very good. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
This is Shree.
Yep.
Does our dog count?
What? Yeah,
Does the
sure.
dog-
Dogs count. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. With 17-year-old.
Wow. Okay. And Tree,
This
what's your
is
favorite
Carrie.
movie?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay. All right.
This is Sarah from
Carrie.
Vermont.
Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
If Shri can say his dog's birthday,
Yeah.
I have I have 2 daughters, both in March.
Oh, very good. Well, They count
Yeah.
for sure. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? Their birthdays or anniversaries?
This is Terry.
Terry Ann, go ahead.
I don't know if half birthdays count, but it occurs to me that I'm exactly 67 and a half today.
All right. Happy half birthday. All right. Okay.
I just realized that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. We are moving on now. Okay. So with that, now we're going to do a few little announcements of Ibug announcements, and all the times that I'm going to say are Central Time. So please adjust accordingly. All right. So first of all, most exciting is the Ibug drawing. So how would you like to own a new cell phone, a new iPhone SE 22, or the latest Apple Watch 7, or the AirPod Pro Max, or an Apple TV 4K, plus a pair of HomePod mini speakers system? You can have a whole system there. We are giving away a $500 gift card to the Apple Store for a mere donation of $10. $10 will get you a chance. And then if you want to improve your chances, you can buy $50. We'll buy you 6 tickets. And this, Ibug is a nonprofit, and so we appreciate your support. All right, so thank you for that. That drawing will be in May at our anniversary meeting. So come and check it out. You do not have to be present to win. Then what do we have? Ibug Unplugged, and that will be, it's called Reflections on My Growth Journey. Reflections on My Growth Journey, Saturday, April 2nd at 8 p.m. Next, we have the Ibug Cafe, and that we're going to be talking about podcast apps. And we all love podcast apps, and that will be on Sunday, April 10th at 4 p.m. Central Time. Then we have Ibug Vila Book Club. We're reading The Volunteer by Salvatore Scipioni and Eduardo Ballerini. And these are, the DB number for my friend Marty is DB 94283, or anybody else. These are all available on the Bard app, and that book club, Vila Book Club meeting will be on April 14th at 6:30. Then we have the Ibug Android Insight, where we can talk about all things related to the Android devices, the Android platform, the A-Lady. I won't even say her name. I don't want to trigger everybody's A-Ladies. And that will be on Wednesday, April 20th, the third Wednesday from 7 to 8:30. Then we have the Ibug Apple Workshop. We'll be doing this all again on April 23rd, again, 2 p.m. Central Time. Then the Ibug Mac and Talk, where we talk about, it's an open forum on Tuesday, the 26th, and talk about all things related to your Mac. So hopefully you'll join us for that. It's Ibug's Life it's now on Zoom, and that's going to be on April 28th. Topic will be announced. And then we have the Ibug Buzz on every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m., talking about all things related to your iPhone and various devices. Let's see. And the podcasts are available. Those podcasts are recorded and available on Spotify, Alexa, and your various other favorite podcasting apps. The Ibug Mac Buzz is available on Clubhouse on the 1st and 3rd Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central Time. Ibug Mini Buzz on Clubhouse on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays. Ibug Trekkie Talk. We're talking about Trekkies. So we're watching The Next Generation, Season 4, And that's on the first and third Thursdays of the month. And then one of our popular programs is iBug Night at the Virtual Movies every Friday night. We started out with a social time at 7:30. Movie starts at 8 p.m. Central Time. So come and join us for that. We also have an Ibug Jumpstart mentoring program where we match people up who need help with their iPhone, beginner users. And I hope I mentioned that all of our services are free, and this is also part of one of our free services. It's a 12-week program, and you have to fill out the application on our website. And if you are an advanced user and would like to be a mentor, there is also an application for you. And let's see, right now is a great time to sign up because we have actually cleared up our backlog. So we could get you into the program sooner than normal. Hope you will join us for that. And we have a couple of our mentees on the call right now. So very cool. Glad to have them. Let's see, what else do we have? We have our iBug Buzz is also part of Sighten to Sound Radio, and they do a program every Wednesday at 1:30, and they rebroadcast our Buzz shows. So we appreciate them. Contact info and social media. Our website is ibugtoday.org, ibugtoday.org. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we don't expect you to remember all of that. So you can go to the upcoming tab and you can get all of this information. Also, you can register, fill out the email, and then you will get notifications of that. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/group/ibugtoday, and Twitter @ibugtoday. Get lots of information about Apple World, various iOS news, and all that good stuff. We also have an Instagram is @ibugtoday, and our email is ibugtoday@gmail.com. Okay, that was a lot of information there. And then now we're going to switch gears and we will talk real briefly about some Apple news and rumors, and then we'll open it up a little bit. Okay, let's see here. There's lots of exciting things that have happened in the month of March in the Apple world, so we're going to talk about that. Okay, first of all, the iPhone 13. Okay, we have talked about this, and every once in a while they get something new in the middle of the year. And what is that, you might ask? It is a green phone. Yes, green. Okay, so you can try to, there are different colors. The one is I think it's just plain green, and then there's another one is what is it? Some fancy kind of green too. What is it called? Front iPhone. Let's see what else. It will be. It's anticipated, and it'll be an upgrade. Oh, I'm sorry. This is for the iPhone SE 3. And this was anticipated, and it is upgraded. It's budget-friendly iPhone 13 model, and it is designed to target the entry-level users. It is only the only current model that features a Touch ID and singular camera on the back. So that's good. The iPhone SE is available in midnight, whatever that is. Oh, midnight, well, Starlight and product red. And the third generation iPhone SE boasts a 4.7-inch display coupled with aerospace grade aluminum and the toughest glass in smartphones on both the front and back. And it is rated IP67 for water and dust resistance. Oh boy. And the device is also designed to minimize the impact on the environment. So that's always a positive thing. Let's see what's next. We had a new iPad coming out, right? And that is the iPad 5th generation. I put iPad 5. And let's see what, oh, that one. Okay, wait 1 second. We're having some, okay. Okay, iPad 5. What can we talk about there? It is the new iPad 5. And while the iPad Air 5 retains the same form factor of its predecessor, it gained a significant upgrade. It now boasts Apple M1 chip, and the 8-core CPU provides 60% faster performance, and the 8-core GPU provides graphic performance twice as fast as the iPad 4. Okay, we're ready to go with that. What else? Then we have the iPad Air 5 is available to order. Well, it's already available. It was available on March 11th. So ready to go out and get a new iPad. The Mac Studio. This sounds so cool. And it's really designed for power users, but it's still fun to think about it. It is, like we said, for professionals, and it is compact desktop geared toward creative professionals. Okay, well, it is crafted from a single extrusion, whatever that means, of aluminum. And the Mac Studio takes up 7.7 inches or square, it's a square footprint. And so it's just a really, it sounds great, and it supports a display, and the new thermal system features double-sided blowers designed to guide the airflow directly to the device's high-performance chips. Yeah, we don't want that thing to overheat, so very cool. Let's see, what else do we have? Then we have the, and then on the back of that, we have the Mac Studio. You have various access to the 4 Thunderbolts. So this is for power users, so they would need that for sure. All right, lots of good stuff with that. Probably it's kind of pricey. It starts at about $2,000. So we'll pass on that one. Then. So these were all announced at the Apple event called Peak Performance back in March, the beginning of March. So that was pretty exciting. And then what comes up? We're going to be talking about Overcast. Remember that app that I think many of us use? That's a podcast app. And it is getting an overhaul. How about that? And that will be perfect because we'll be talking about this at our Apple Cafe, Ibug Cafe in April. And the major redesign, it has several much requested features. And what were these features? They have the regular users will first notice that the overhauled home screen with new customizable visual identities for playlists, which can now be manually ordered with drag and drop. So that's going to be helpful. And for quicker access, users can now opt to see recently played and newly published podcast episodes on the home screen, similar to Overcast widgets and CarPlay experience. So that's going to be good for people who use the Overcast app. Then, what do we have next? Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, is reportedly attending the Oscars on Sunday. And you might wonder, well, of course he is, because Apple is nominated for 6 awards. The 6 nominations include Best Picture for the film Coda. Best Actor for Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth. Best Supporting Actor for Tron Kotzer in Coda and others. And Cook's attendance on Sunday will mark the first time he has attended the Oscars, but he has attended the Golden Globes in the past. Excuse me. Apple TV is going to soon be coming to a hotel near you. So that way, when you go on your trip, you can still watch all your favorite shows on the TV. Okay, 22 MacBook Pros. They have some rumors about those. They're not going to have a tapered design anymore. They're actually going to look round. They're going to have MagSafe. They're going to have an M2 chip. So those are going to be some pretty cool features for the new iPhone. And I think they're going to talk about some more colors also. All right, what else? What else? Lots of things, few more things. The iPhone 14, we just got the 13, well, it seems like. So now the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the schematics, these are all rumors, they are revealed to show a larger camera bump and a thicker overall design. So we'll have to wait for that in September. And Apple announces that iPhone's driver's licenses can be put on your iPhone, and this is only available in Arizona right now, but a couple of other states are on the list, but Texas is not there. And let's see. iOS 15.4 added new emoji. They added like lots of new emojis for us who love emojis. They include a new handshake emoji, and you can choose various skin tones. Some other household objects are included. So that's going to be fun. The new update will have a tap to pay on the iPhone feature. So that will allow NFC compatible iPhones to accept payments through the Apple Pay. There are also updates to add custom domains to iCloud Mail or devices, and Siri enhancements, new emergency SOS features, and tons more. So lots of things going on. And let's see, Apple is developing hardware, like we need more stuff. It's actually a hardware subscription. So you can just subscribe and get a new phone or a new device or a new accessory once you join the subscription. So, okay, that's a lot of news, I realize, but you are hopefully caught up on what is going on. All right. All right, and okay, does anybody have any question or anybody want to add anything to any news that I may have missed?
This is Terry.
Go ahead, Terry.
I think you didn't mention that the new iPhone SE3 that just came out, it still has a home button for those who really like their home buttons.
Yes, it does. And it will also allow you access to 5G networks. So yes.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. And it's a great price. So very good. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Okay. All right. So hearing none, we are going to now start our program. And so just so you know.
Elisa?
Yes, go ahead.
How much did you say the price was of the SE3?
I believe it's about $399. Anybody want to correct me? Thought that's what it is.
It's Jody.
Jody.
Yeah, it's $429 for the basic, and I think $50 more for each memory level upgrade.
Okay. There you
Okay.
go.
Thank you, Jody.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else? Questions? All right. So, okay, like I said, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble between yesterday and today. I updated to the 15.4, and then the number that when I call bug or I do anything was it doesn't go through. So I had someone here that was sighted, and she put it in even though the number is the same, and I memorized it. When I put in the code, it says it doesn't recognize it. And now I'm on my phone with you on the call, but it doesn't, it doesn't speak to me to say mute and unmute. It just says active speaker or avatar. And am I doing something wrong, or can you advise me to can I get back to being able to say to my phone, call bug, and then it just beep, 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 and it does everything.
Yeah, we might have to come back to that, Helene, on Monday, because we got to get on with our program. But if I
go.
Okay, but no, great question. And if we have time at the end, we can try to help you with that. Okay.
Great. Thanks.
All right. Okay. So now we're going to go back on mute. Okay. So the first person that we're going to be having present will be Tom Frank. Tom, would you like to say a little bit about your app? Demo?
Okay.
There you are,
This
Tom.
is Tom Frank. Yep, Tom Frank from Vermont. And one of my favorite apps is Card Hop, CARDHOP, Card Hop, and it's a replacement for the Contact app. And I won't bore you because that's what my presentation is all about, going over all ideas. And Sandhya might be able to help you. They have a new pricing structure, I think, and I explained it as well. They sort of went with a subscription per model, but I think Card Hop is now free if you don't want their other features. So, and that's about all I need, because I think I said the rest in the presentation.
Thank you, Tom. Here we
go.
Hello,
Ibug today. My name is Tom Frank, and I'm going to be demonstrating the Card Hop application for the iPhone, the iPad, and a separate application for the Macintosh. Card Hop, CARDHOP, is a contact replacement application. Why a replacement application? As far as I'm concerned, Contacts has one serious flaw, and that is that you cannot create groups on the iPhone. You can create groups on your Macintosh with Contacts, and then those groups show up on your iPhone. Also, it's fairly difficult to move contacts into those groups and delete them and manipulate them. Card Hop, on the other hand, does it extremely easily and is worth every cent you can pay for it. Speaking of cents you could pay for it, when I bought it, Card Hop for the iPhone was $4.95. I believe it was $19.95 for the Macintosh. However, now it's called a freemium. That's right, a free premium, which is sort of a contradiction of terms. That means that the company that makes it offers it as a package, Card Hop, and let's see, what is the name of the other? Fantastical, which is a calendar replacement application as a package. Some of you may have used Fantastical and some think it's fantastic, but I never did because I kind of like the calendar app on the iPhone. However, after a 2-week free trial, if you don't like it, you don't have to do the premium, which is $3.95 a month or $40 for a year to get the enhanced versions, but you can still use Card Hop version 2.0, which is the one that I have, and I believe it's for free. So let's tell you what Card Hop can do. First of all, let me load it. I'm going to go to my app switcher.
Lift for home. Lift for apps. App switcher. Voice memos. Card Hop. Active.
Let's go to Card Hop.
Card Hop. Contacts.
Okay. Card Hop, it started by saying contacts, so that's the screen it's going to display first. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is the tabs at the bottom of the screen. You have 5 choices.
Favorites. Tab.
Favorites. You can, like contacts and just about every other application out there, you can create favorites with a contact, so you only have a restricted list of people to get, the ones that you contact all the time.
Recents.
Tab. The next one is frequent. Frequent is very handy because if you call somebody, you're working on 5 or 6 people in a group and you're calling back and forth and you're contacting them and updating everyone that you have opened, called, that'll show up in your recent. So you can say, well, I was working on with somebody yesterday. Who was that? Oh, go to your recents. Oh, that's it. And a lot of the information will show up easily. The next is
selected. Contacts.
Contacts.
3 of 5.
That's one that's selected for obvious reasons. And the contacts are listing all of your contacts. I happen to have 1,056 contacts. I put everything in there. If I meet somebody that I might want to meet 10 years from now, I'll put them in there. Anybody that comes and takes care of the lawn or the trash pickup, I will put them in there, and I rarely delete a contact. If somebody passes away, speaking of groups, I have a group that's called deceased because maybe they have a relative or their spouse I wanted to contact or something. 5 years from now, I can say, well, they passed away 5 years ago. I can look at the group deceased. So, and I think it's 36 or 39 groups. So I never delete a contact unless it's absolutely necessary.
Birthdays. Tab. 4 of 5.
Birthdays. That's a great group. So if you're a contact, if you know their birthday and you put it in, then you can go to birthdays and it'll tell you folks who have a birthday today, this week, next month. So you can keep track of everybody and wish them a happy birthday.
Settings.
And
Tab.
settings.
5 of 5.
Which is all anybody who wants to do settings. So with that, I'm not going to talk about finding and all of that. That's the same as contacts adding and the various fields you can do. I'll show you what's different about Card Hop.
Contacts. Search contacts.
Okay,
Heading.
up at the top, contacts.
Sunday dinner. Button.
Oh, Sunday dinner. Sunday dinner is the name of the group. There are, between my wife and me, we have 6 kids. They have 6 spouses. And she has 10 grandchildren and I have 4. So adding us, that's 28 in the family. And I married an Italian and she likes big family dinners. And COVID sort of put a dent in it for a while, but we're getting back to it. We have Sunday dinners. And if we have 12 for dinner, we look around and say, where is everybody? So a lot of times we'll have 16, 17 for dinner every Sunday. So I have that as a group. So usually Friday, that would be today, or Saturday, I will send out an email or a message to everybody in Sunday dinner, all 14, including myself, so I know I got it. And my wife knows I sent it out. So she doesn't nag me, asking them who's coming to dinner so we can prepare. And everybody is in that Sunday dinner group.
Sort options. Button.
You have sort options, sort up or down, the last name, all that good stuff.
Search, add, edit, or interact with contacts. Button.
Search, what's it
Sort
say?
options. Search, add, edit, or interact.
Search, add, edit, or interact. That is quite extensive for Card Hop. To add a contact, you would just simply put the name, telephone number, maybe just the name if that's all you have, and the information you have, address. Press the add button, and CardHop will automatically parse all that information the best that it can, put the first name, last name, company name, telephone numbers, addresses, email addresses in the correct fields for you automatically. Then you can go back, you remember that recent tab, and then you can pick it up and edit it later or right at that point, whatever you want to do.
Section index, adjustable.
Section.
Me, heading.
And there's me. That's just
Tom Frank, my card.
And I have a card,
Actions
my
available.
own card.
Show business card, button.
Show business
Actions
card.
available.
I could have a business card if I wanted in there. That's going to be one of the premier features. So if you're at a conference, and that's why they're charging more and it's more complex. If you have a business or you're meeting regularly people with business cards, you can take pictures of them and it'll automatically parse them, put everything in CardHop for you.
C, heading. Alan Carstensen.
Okay.
Actions
and
available.
Here's an example. That's the son-in-law.
Karen Carstensen.
That's
Actions
my wife's
available.
daughter.
D, heading. Amanda Dooley.
That's another.
Christy Dooley.
I'll just skip along real
Actions
fast.
available. Janet Dooley. Janet Dooley, paid VCB treasurer.
That's my
Actions
wife.
available.
Okay, so obviously I have her in there. And that'll be, but I'm going to go to me.
Jason Dooley, Jennifer Dooley, Richard Dooley, Sean Dooley, F, heading. Brian Frank, Melody Frank. Actions available.
My daughter-in-law.
Michael Frank, Green Mountain Power.
My
Actions available.
son. And in this, whatever information you have in company, that will show up in the list, the name, and the organization the person belongs to. Or like I've done in one of them for Vermont Council of the Blind, I want to know if they paid their dues. So in the organization, I have a group for VCB members. So in the organization, I put the paid in there or not yet, in the mail, whatever. So when I'm going down the list of everybody in the Vermont Council of the Blind, I'll know immediately if they're paid, need a little reminder, a little push, or, forget it, they're not going to pay this year. So
Tom Frank, paid.
There I am, paid.
Actions
See,
available.
hey, aren't I a good person? So let me open up that.
Tom Frank, button.
And I'll just show you how groups work.
Contact photo, button. Tom Frank, contact photo,
Okay.
paid, button.
Paid.
Message,
That's me, the organization.
email, call, video, groups, Blind Book Club, CCLVI Board Members 2021, CCLVI PR Committee, DBVISRC, Groovy Lunch Bunch, iChat Group, Milton Historical, Milton Library Book Club, Sunday Dinner, VABV Board Members, VCB 2021 members, VCB 2022 members, VCB Board, VCB Chat, Vermont Board of Libraries.
Let's
Actions
see.
available.
What do I not belong to? Those are all groups. You can put as few, no groups, or one or two, or I think I have 10 of them in there. So when I select those groups, they'll show up.
Home, 80289
Telephone numbers
7.
and all that. So let me go back to groups.
Groups, Blind Book Club,
And I'm going to
CCLVI
double tap on
Board
that.
Members 2020.
You don't have to edit to add or delete a
Home,
group.
Groups, Blind Book Club, CC Groups, select the groups for Tom Frank.
Now, it says select the groups.
Able Lack, AARI, Untitled Account, 1056 edit, button. Groups, head done, button. Groups, edit, button. Untitled Account, 1056 cards, heading.
There, 1,056 cards. So let's see what I belong to.
AARI, Able Lack, Area Agency on Aging, Arrowhead Seniors, Blind Abilities WhatsApp, Blind Abilities selected, Blind Book Club.
Oh, we have a blind
Actions
book
available.
club that meets the second Wednesday. of every month.
CCLVI, CC50 selected. CCLVI board members 2021.
Board members
Actions
2021. So I paid my dues last year to VCB, Vermont Council of the Blind.
Selected. CCLVI PR committee. Action DBVI. Selected. DBVI SRC.
The State Rehabilitation Council for the Division of the Blind. So I can go on, but there's like 39 of these, and I can eliminate them from my groups by just double tapping on them and uncheck them. Let's go to the bottom of this list.
Rows 14 to 28 of 38. Rows 24 to 38 of rows 26 to 38 of 38.
Okay. There's 38 of them.
Add group.
At the bottom.
Zoom meetings. WhatsApp Logic Pro. Zoom meetings.
There's an interesting one. The Zoom meetings, if I have a contact for ACB, VCB, various groups, I will put the link to that Zoom contact in a contact itself. So then I can find all of them fairly rapidly. Now,
add group. Add group.
And all it is to double tap the add group, and you can name it anything you want, and it'll show up alphabetically. Then when you go back to each contact, as you go down and you get the button that says groups, you double tap on that, and it'll automatically open up that whole list of groups that you have, and you just add them. I will say the first thing you do, the first group they have is all contacts. You uncheck that because you don't want all contacts, and then you just go by and accept the ones that you want.
Add group. Add group.
Okay, that's it. And then when you're done,
done button.
You have to remember, which I always forget, you have to go up and say done.
Groups, Blind Book Club, CCLVI board members 2020.
So that's how you could, very easy to add a group, and every contact you can put them, assign them to any group you want, and they will be there. And then when you select that group, just let's say Sunday dinner, all 14 members, those contacts will show up in a list in alphabetical order. Now, here's a great feature.
Contacts, back button.
Okay, contacts, let's go back.
Groups, blind book, search, add, edit, or interact with contacts, button.
Search, add, edit, interact with contacts. Let's interact.
Search, add, edit, search, add, clear text, button.
Okay, I want to
search, add, edit, or interact with insertion pointed end.
Okay, I'm making sure that I'm interacted. Let's say I want to send an email to the 14 or a message. So let me just type in
cap D, del cap R, cappy, space, M, A, I, J, return, delete, J, H, U, I, N, November, M, K, L, space.
I remember
email.
The group I called Sunday Dinner.
A, S, O, K, O, I, U, space, V, B, N, D, A, G, Y. Search all contacts. Selected. Icon email round. Dimmed. Sunday dinner. 14 cards.
I had put in
group matches. Head clear text. But search, add, edit, or interact with contacts. Text field is editing. Email, Sunday. Carrot promote.
Email Sunday. So every group where the term Sunday is in there, it'll be in there. So if you have American Council of the Blind and Mind Blind Book Group, anything with the word blind in it will be there. So let's flick to the right.
Clear text. Button. Group matches. Heading.
Group matches.
Sunday dinner. 14 cards.
Sunday dinner. 14 cards. So I will just double tap on that.
Sunday dinner, vermontum@gmail.com.
And to prove it, I will go back.
cc/beast vermontum@gmail.com. Send. New message. Cancel. Button. Sheet grabber. Button. Cancel. Button. Sheet grabber. Cancel. New message. Heading. Send. Dimmed. 2. Tradisjet Gmail. C and 7 more. Text field.
And actually, it's a lot more than that because it's all 14 it'll send it to.
vermontum@gmail.com.
And that's me, vermonttom@gmail.com, if you have any questions of me.
cc/bcc. Subject. Text field is editing. Character mode. Insertion point at start.
And I would put in Sunday dinner invite.
Notify me. Button. Message content. Message body. Tom Frank. Dictator done my.
Oh, that's how I.
Notify me.
I'll say how I answer. I signed it.
Message content. Message body. Tom Frank. Dictator done my iPhone. The message is mine. The errors I blame on Siri. Text field.
Right. Never accept responsibility for your own mistakes. So anyway, and I'll say, hi there, everybody. We're going to have Cabatelli's this Sunday, period. Who's coming to dinner? ? I hope all of you can make it Sunday at the normal time of 6 p.m., period. And then I would go up to send, and voila.
Vermontum verticals, send. Vertical scroll send. Dimmed. New message. Cancel. Button. Cancel. Alert. Delete draft. Button. Cancel. Button. Mailboxes. Back button.
And away it would go. Now, you can also do that with text messages. Do message Sunday dinner. Message blind book club. I do that usually on the Monday because it's a Wednesday afternoon, reminding people to do that. It's a great way to send group email messages to a whole group of individuals. You can add people, you can take them off very, very easily. So that's it for Card Hop, and I'd be glad to answer anybody's questions.
Wow, that's great. Thank you, Tom. So we're going to open it up real quick for people that might have questions for Tom.
And I'm on, right? You can hear me?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay,
yes.
very good. Okay, not all here, I tell people, but.
And all right, who has the first question for Tom? Say your name and wait to be recognized.
This is Kenny.
Jody.
Okay, Kenny and then Jody. Kenny, go first.
You mentioned there was a cost to Car Hop. How much is that?
As I said, it's a whole different thing. I believe if you go ahead and Sandhya, I think you can try it because when I got it, it was just $4.95. Right now, you have to sort of go to a trial premium, and it's like $3.95 a month. But after 2 weeks, you can say, I don't want the premium version, which includes Fantastical and Card Hop, but you get to keep Card Hop, and I believe it's for free. Try it. And that's what it says on there. I have it because I already have it. So I didn't need it. And I think you tried it, didn't you, Sandhya? You said?
Right. This is Sandhya. Yeah. And I ended up, it was like what Tom said. And then I went ahead and got the year subscription, and it seemed like it was about $39 or something. So I thought it was worth it. So I went ahead and just did that. So
yeah, $40 for the year. And that gives you a lot of other premium things. So if you're doing, includes Fantastical. So if you want to send a group contact for a meeting on April the 16th, you can link the two together, and then it will send contacts and put it in the calendar and all that to those people, combining the two. But if you don't want Fantastical and the premium version of Contact, just say no, and you just get Card Hop.
Great. Okay. Thanks, Kenny. Okay, Miss Jody, go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Tom. This is Jody in New Hampshire, next
Yeah.
door.
Yes.
Is it possible to import your contacts from your iPhone contacts into the Card Hop?
I did mention it's seamless. It's
okay. I'm sorry.
everything
Sorry, I
in
didn't hear that.
contact. Well, no, I didn't say it. That's why you didn't hear it. I didn't say it. Everything that's in contacts will show up in Card Hop and vice versa. It's seamless through iCloud. So all of them will be in there.
Greg's iPhone is the co-host now.
Because if there's something you know, if you had it in contacts or you wanted to add, you know, not everything in Card Hop will go in contacts because it doesn't have all those fields, but everything will show up there. So it's seamless between the two.
Great, thank you.
All right, who's next?
Elisa.
Go ahead, Elisa.
Did you just do a search for Card Hop?
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, go ahead, Elisa. You did a search for Card Hop, yes.
Did you just do a search for the Card Hop,
Yeah,
or did somebody mention to you about Card Hop?
No, I think I got a something that might have been on Apple Viz podcast. I think 3 or 4 years ago. I just heard about it because the thing that I don't like about contacts is that I couldn't create any groups on my iPhone.
Because they didn't hear me, or she would have.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think Celine, you're unmuted. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying, because I couldn't do groups on my iPhone and I wanted to do groups, I said. So that's why I got Card Hop.
So this is a really neat app. I hope to try it one day.
Okay. Thank you, Elisa. Who's next? Somebody else?
This is Helene.
Helene, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're fine.
My erratic behavior. But I wanted to ask Tom, when you were doing this, I heard the word sheet grabber. Can you tell me what that means? Because I've gotten that when I tried to forward an email.
Don't ask me. I should go back and double tap on it. Sheet grabber, maybe you know, Sandhya.
We've talked about this. I thought of Helene when you said sheet grabber.
Okay.
We'll come back. We still haven't figured that one out. All right.
Yeah. If I ever figure it out, I'll let you know.
I know. A lot of things to figure out. Okay. Anybody else for Tom?
This is Sri.
Sri, go ahead.
Tom, good question. Where does the data get backed up? Are they backing up the data for your contacts? So if you go from one phone to the next phone, you pulling it from them, or where is it getting stored?
They're getting stored, I believe, on the phone or they have to be in the cloud, because that's the only way they're syncing between Card Hop and contacts, because they're shared back and forth. If you want them to be, you have to say that. I assume backed up in the cloud.
And does it do it automatically, or do you have to manually do the backup?
Everything's manual. I mean, no. Everything's automatic. I never did it with just when you load Card Hop. Do you want your contacts synced? Yes, bingo. They're all there automatically.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Questions for Tom? Awesome app. And I'm not sure if you may have said this, so there's a different, you have to have, if you're planning to do this on your Mac or other device, then that's a separate app and that's a separate cost. So
yeah, the Macintosh, and it's more expensive on the Macintosh, I would assume, because it has, I just use the exact same features. Right. The one thing I found out on the Macintosh, what's easier, I tried to overthink it like you always do with Macintosh. I went to a group and then I want to send an IMAP to a group of emails to everybody. And I was doing all sorts of things. What can I do? I just want to go to a group and all that. And I said, wait a second, let me just see that contextual menu, VO Shift M. I do VO Shift M. It says delete group. The second one is email group. Oh, that's it. Nice and zoom, off it went. And I do that with that blind book club. That's how I send that out, by just from my Macintosh, and bingo, out it goes.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else? Final questions? And if you think of anything, Tom will kind of be around toward the end. All right. Well, thank you, Tom. And now we will come to one of our new presenters. And we hang on one second. We will go on. All right, so now everybody's back on mute. And Greg, can you unmute? And we'd love to introduce Greg Rhodes today. Greg?
I am unmuted.
There you are. Hi.
Hi. Welcome everybody. I think I introduced. I'll be presenting on the text replacement feature, and I think I introduced that in the recording. So I would say go ahead and play it, and I'll answer questions afterwards.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
This is a demo of the text replacement feature in iOS. This is a real handy feature and can save you a lot of keyboard strokes. The idea is that for any phrases that we repeat from time to time, we can set up a shortcut that's 1 or 2 characters. Whenever we want to enter that full phrase, we just type in our shortcut, hit the space bar, and the full text appears. So let's go into settings and find text replacement. So I'm just with my finger, I'm going to scroll around the screen and see if I can find settings.
Settings.
All right, there it is. So we're going to single finger double tap.
Settings.
All right, now we're on the settings page. I want to go to general, which is down 65%. About 10. It's down about 10 lines. So I'm going to flick to the right.
Search, dictate, gray, airplane, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular, notification, sounds and haptics, button, focus, button, screen time, button, general, button.
All right, I'm there. Single finger double tap.
About, button.
All right. Now I want to go down to keyboard. And again, that's about 10 lines down. This time I'm just going to explore with my finger and see if I can find it.
Background app refresh, button, date and time, keyboard, button.
There it is, keyboard.
Date and time, button, keyboard, button.
All right, I'm going to single finger tap, double tap.
Keyboards 2, button.
All right, so the first thing it said is keyboards 2. So I have English set up as one of my keyboards. Second keyboard I have set up is emojis. All right, we want to flick to the right.
Text replacement, button.
All right, we're on the text replacement screen. Let's flick to the right again.
One-handed keyboard off, button. Text replacement, button.
Sorry, text replacement. We want to double tap on that.
Section index, adjustable.
Okay, first thing it takes us to on the text replacement page is the section index, which is that column on the right-hand side of your iPhone screen. We can flick up and down to navigate alphabetically through that list. This is the page that it put us on is a listing of all the keyboard shortcuts that I've set up. Some of them were pre-populated by Apple. Most of them I've set up. So let's go ahead and flick down to the G's.
B, C, select D, E, select F, select G, selected.
All right, we're on the G's. So you can set up whatever system you want. For me, I did a GA for Greg address. And if I type GA in and hit the space bar when I'm in a text area, then that's going to give my street, city, state, zip code. The next one I come to is GI. So I set up text replacements for all of my email addresses. GI would be Greg iCloud. I have one for my Google account, which I have G for Greg and M for mail, or it could be GM Google Mail. At any rate, I've got a number of shortcuts set up. I also have some shortcuts set up for a couple of emojis. I respond to a lot of text messages or emails with just the thumbs up emoji. And I could go to the keyboard and double tap on emoji and then just explore with my finger, going up to favorites and find the thumbs up and double tap on that, or lift my finger and select it. I find it's just easier for me to, while I'm on the keyboard, just type T and U for thumbs up, hit the space bar, and it puts the emoji in. But let me go back up my list a little bit. I'm going to go to the section index and flick back up to the D's.
Section index, adjustable. F, selected E, selected D, selected.
All right. So another example of text replacement. My wife and I coordinate, sign up for some dance classes in our community. And when the sign up starts, we get a bunch of emails coming in. And of course, people are requesting classes, and everybody's eager to find out if they made the class. And if we don't respond quickly, then we end up getting more emails from them later in the day. So I've set up a text replacement. And my text replacement is DC. So let me see if I can find that.
E, heading. Section index, adjust C, selected, D, selected.
All right.
DC, we have received your dance class request and have you signed up for the class as you requested. We will get back with you toward the end of this week to confirm class, DVT, and cost detail.
So I've typed in 2 letters, DC, and hit the space bar, and I get all of that text populating the email, my email response. And I hit send, I'm done. If the class is filled up and we're going to have to put people on a wait list, I set up a shortcut for that. So I have DCW, dance class wait. So let's try that.
DCW, we have received your dance class request. Unfortunately, the class is already full. We will put you on a wait list for the class and contact you if any spaces open up.
All right, so you get the idea. Let's go back up to the top of the page. I'm going to do a 4-finger tap at the top of the screen.
Keyboards, back button.
All right, so I'm back on this keyboard back button. I'm going to flick to the right a couple times to get to the add button.
Text replacement, add button.
All right, I'll double tap on that.
Add, phrase, text field is editing, insertion point at start.
All right, for the add screen, we have 2 text fields. We have a text field for the phrase that we want to do a shortcut for. So we'll enter our full text here. I'll put in some just some made up contact information.
Dictate button.
All right, so I'll dictate. My address is 500 Buffalo Speedway, Houston, Texas, 77055, period. My phone number is 713-123-4567, period. My email address is greg@icloud.com.
Dictate.
Double tap to stop dictation.
Speedway, Houston, Texas,
All right, so I'm in the keyboard area at this point, so I can't just flick to the left to get back to my edit field. So I'm going to drag my finger up to the edit field I was just typing in.
Phrase, text field is editing, my address.
The phrase. All right, now I can flick to the right to get to the text field for the shortcut.
Shortcut, optional, text field.
All right, I'm on my shortcut field, so I'm going to type in CI for contact information.
C. I.
All right, now I'm going to go to the top right-hand corner of this screen, and there's going to be a save button.
Save button.
I'm going to
save.
Double tap on that.
Keyboards, back button.
All right, now just to make sure everything worked okay, I'm going to go back down to my list and look for the C's.
Section index, adjustable. E, selected. F, selected. E, selected. D, selected. C, selected. B, by the way. B, heading. B, by D, heading. B, by the way. B, heading.
And it didn't take it, as fate would have it. So let's try that again.
At 54% battery power, not charging. Add button.
Okay, so we're going to go to add.
Phrase, text field is editing, insertion point at start. Phrase, text field is editing, insertion point at start.
All right, we're going to do our phrase again.
Insertion point at end.
All right, we're going to dictate.
Dictate button.
This time we'll do a shorter phrase. My address is 500 Buffalo Speedway, Houston, Texas, 77055. Period. My phone number is 713-123-4567.
67.
All
Insert my
right.
address is 500.
All right, so let's go back up to our text field. Let's go to the shortcut.
Phrase. Shortcut. Optional. Text
All
field.
right, so we're going to go to our shortcut. All right, and we're going to try CI again.
G. Golf. V. Victor. C. O. Oscar. I.
All right, we're going to go back up to that right-hand corner and hit save.
Save. Button. Save. Keyboards. Back button.
All right, now let's go down to our list of keyboard shortcuts.
D. Selected. C. Selected. C. My address is 500 Buffalo Street.
All right, it's there. Let's try it out. Let's go to Notes. Open Notes.
Note. C. Text field. Toolbar. New note. Button.
All right, we're going to go to the bottom right in the Notes app for New Note.
Note. Text field.
Double tap on that. All right, let's try this. We're going to try a CI.
Cap F. Foxtrot. Cap C. Chop. Note. Cap C. Handwriting tools. Button. Note. Cap C. Handwriting tools. Button. I.
All right, and I. We're going to hit the space bar.
Space. My address is 500 Buffalo Speedway, Houston.
And there it is, our full text. All right, so that is the end of the demo. A couple comments that I would make. One is, I think earlier on, Apple had a character limit on the text replacement. My understanding is that as of iOS 14, they did away with that character limit. So you could have some pretty long phrases that you could set up a shortcut for. The other thing is that if you're logging in to a website, I would encourage you to experiment with using the text replacement. The sites that I tried, the text replacement would not work. I think that it's limited to text areas like email text areas, messages, Notes app, probably your word processing, but I don't think it's going to work trying to fill in text areas on a web page. But again, I encourage you to experiment with that. Hope this has been helpful.
Wow, way to go, Greg. What a cool demo. Love that feature. So we're going to open it up for questions for Greg.
This is Herbie.
Yes, Herbie.
So quick comment on text replacement on websites. One area that I want to make sure, I will mention that it will definitely not work on is password fields. You will not be able to use that for filling in passwords. Sometimes I've gotten it to work for username fields and other fields. Sometimes I've not. Like Greg said, it's a little bit hit or miss, but password fields, it's definitely not going to work on, though it might in some cases where some sites have like that show password option, but even then that's still a bit of a hit or miss. So that's my only comment on that. Otherwise, it's a great feature.
Great feature. So good to review that. Anybody else have any questions for anybody?
This is Terry.
Okay, I think I heard Paul.
Yes,
ahead,
I thought when you were putting that contact in, when you got to the bookmark field, I thought it said optional. And I was trying to figure out how that would work.
It did say optional, and that makes no sense to me because you have to put in a shortcut.
Absolutely. That is not optional, Paul. Okay. Okay. What a misnomer there. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Terry Ann.
That was my same question.
All right. You got the same
Great minds
answer.
think alike.
Kathy?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
go ahead.
My speech keeps talking. My question was, what if you were typing, say, someone's name that ended in CI, and then you put CI space? Would your address suddenly appear at the end of the person's name?
Well, whatever system you create for your text replacement shortcuts, you just need to be careful not to have where you're not using characters that are going to that you think you might be typing in a name. But you'd have to have, like with the CI, it would be CI and then you hit the space bar. So yeah, you just want to make sure that there's not another word that you typically use that, it's going to have that shortcut.
This is
you do kind of want to make unique strings. Like maybe you could do a Q for, you have to think about that anyway, that it should be a unique string. Okay.
And you could use 2 letters, 3 letters, whatever system works for you.
Yes, thank you. Kathy, go ahead, Herbie.
This is Herbie with a further clarification on that. So, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the shortcut isn't going to trigger, like if you're already writing a word. So let's say you have a shortcut that's IE, that is for Internet Explorer, and you're writing my name, Herbie, which ends in IE. That's not going to trigger the shortcut. What's going to trigger the shortcut if there's nothing before or after the IE. So in other words, if you do IE space, that'll trigger the shortcut. But if you do HERBIE, or let's say you do IEHERBIE, then neither of those are going to trigger the shortcut because there's text before or right after the combination. So does that make sense there?
Yeah, and I was gonna, this is Sandhya, I would follow up like what Kathy was kind of thinking, what I was thinking. Some people say use like an unusual character like Z, or, we don't use Z's or Q's, so, and then preface your little 2-letter phrase with that, and that sometimes works. But
you have started computing.
Kathy?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
So, not to drag this to,
go ahead.
Anyway,
okay.
if I wanted to write Herbie, is blah, 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 blah. I could write Herbie and then do space and then do IE and then space. And that would let me put my internet address after Herbie's name. So you just want to surround the field by spaces? Would that work?
Right.
Correct.
It recognizes.
Correct.
Yeah. Go
It
ahead.
just has to be a separate. Whatever your shortcut is.
Paul,
go ahead.
just another quick. I'm curious, and surely somebody's tried this. I assume it won't let you use 2-letter things that are actual words like as or if or as your shortcuts.
This is Greg. I don't know if it would let you. It probably would let you, but you just wouldn't want to do that.
Right. Yes. Paul. Yeah. Right. Shri. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I've created one I did an @ symbol to generate my email address. But every time I do that, it creates a space at the end. Did I do something wrong that it generates that space, or is that normal?
This is Greg. I do not have an answer for that.
This is Kenny.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I've noticed with my shortcuts, it always keeps that space. So like if I type a shortcut for my email, it'll be email and a space. I just delete it. And still have my email.
Right. This is Sandhya. I would agree. You have to delete that last space after like .com or whatever it is for your email address. All right. Anybody else? Questions for Greg about text replacement?
This is Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, Greg, great demo. Have you tried using this with Lyft to put in a shortcut to communicate with the driver? And if you did, how did that work out?
This is Greg. I have not. I don't use that app maybe Herbie or someone else does.
This is Roy.
Go ahead, Roy.
I have used it with Lyft and Uber, and it does work great. But my question was, I thought you had to use 3 characters. Is that new to use 2, or have I just been wrong all along?
This is Greg. No, you can use two characters works for me.
Wow.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be careful with MC. I've created an MC for Merry Christmas, and that was a dangerous thing. So, all right. Yeah, very powerful. Okay. Anybody else? Questions for Greg?
Now I want to try MC and see what that really does.
Well, yeah, because a certain person's name starts with MC, and so if I put a space, you just got to be careful. So, all right. Go ahead,
Lisa. I'm sorry, one more. So could the space be your third character and be the reason why it puts a space? Do you need to put the space at the end?
Go ahead, Greg.
Space is what triggers the shortcut, triggers the phrase to populate.
That makes sense. Sorry.
Sandhya. It's kind of like, if anybody remembers good old WordPerfect, and there's a feature called Quick Correct. It's kind of, that's how I think of this. It's like, it expands the characters. So, all right, go ahead, Elisa.
So when you went to your Notes app and then you put the CI for contacts, you can do it like for other replacement words, like if you do a happy emoji.
You could do as many as you want. I could have done a CI space and put the contact information in, and then I could have done a TU and added a thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do as many as you want. You just have to do them separately, one after another.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure, because I was like, can't you put like the other types of word characters in it?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, thinking about filling out websites, some are hit and miss, but the one thing I've found is that I want to remove that space that's automatically put at the end of the shortcut, because when you have that space in there, then your email address definitely does not work when you try to put it into a website.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, anybody else? One more question for Greg, if we have any. All right. Yes, definitely check that out. And, like Greg said, you can delete them if you don't use anymore. I've created some for seasonal things, happy birthday, happy whatever, so you can, the things you say often to people are, how are you, or where are you, or whatever. Okay. All right. Thanks, Greg. Good job. Okay. So now I'm going to go back here. Okay, so the final presenter for today is going to be Kenny Norton. Kenny, are you there? Would you like to say hello?
Yep.
All right,
hello, everybody. I'm Kenny. I'm going to be introducing or demoing the Ring app.
All right.
Pretty cool app.
All right. Hello, Ibug. Today we'll be demoing the Ring app from Amazon. It goes hand in hand with your Ring doorbell or Ring cameras, or even your Ring security system if you have it. I'm going to double tap on the Ring app with one finger.
Ring hamburger button.
All right. There it has at the top left, it has a menu button, and they call it hamburger. We'll double tap there and go through that real quick.
Close hamburger menu. Springfield 8 selected. Dashboard button.
Okay, it has a dashboard.
Neighbors button.
Neighbors.
Devices button.
Devices.
History button.
History.
Settings button.
Settings.
Set up a device button.
And you can set up a device, and we'll find out what devices you can set up.
Account heading. Set up a device button.
And we're going to set up a device. I'll double tap there just to give you an idea of what all Ring has to offer.
Selected. Set up a device. Springfield. 8. Springfield. Security button.
Okay. I got stuck on Springfield, so I had to touch in the middle of the screen. So let me flick to the left.
Security door. Cancel. Set up a cancel. Doorbells button.
So you have doorbells.
Security cams button.
Security cameras.
Chimes button.
Chimes. And I'm getting through all this. I'm flicking with one finger from the left to right.
Security button.
Security.
Locks and access control button.
Locks and access control.
Works with Ring button.
Works with Ring, so it might be some third-party stuff that will work with Ring.
Smart lighting button.
Smart lighting.
Mailbox sensor button.
Yeah, Ring has a mailbox sensor, so you'll know when someone's at your mailbox.
Outdoor smart plug button.
An outdoor smart plug. All right.
Garage door openers button.
Yeah. So they have lots of stuff for the Ring.
Thermostats button.
Thermostats. Did not know they had a thermostat.
Smart water valve button.
A smart water valve, that's so it'll detect a leak. And if it does detect a leak, it will definitely let you know.
Smart water valve
and
button.
That's all we have in that. So we're going to go to cancel at the top.
Set up a device. Cancel button. Cancel. Hamburger button.
Alrighty. Now I'm going to go through the main app here. That was all the different Ring devices you can use and set up with this app. I'm going to flick to the right.
Global Snooze button.
Okay, Global Snooze. That's probably so you can have things snooze. I've never used that, so I'm not going to go into that. I don't want my system shutting down.
Request help, but unpronounced request
so
help.
So this request help, I imagine it can. I've never done that, but I imagine it can request help. We will not demo that today.
Unpronounceable, disarmed.
So disarmed, that's my security system. I'm going to try to get this when I arm it to let y'all hear that it's armed.
Front door, 9 missed events. Lights, alarm, lights, unpronounceable, lights off. Lights off, away.
Okay, here we're back to the security part. I'm going to click on home.
Home.
I'm going to double tap there with one finger.
Home and armed. Springfield, heading, professional, LTE.
Okay, so
alarm,
now,
tap to view, button.
So now I'm going to disarm my security system.
Lights up, away. Home, disarmed.
Okay, I'm going to double tap on disarmed. Got the phone near the...
Disarmed.
Come on.
Disarmed.
Okay, let you hear the little keypad speaker that says disarmed. I was trying to do that, but okay, now we'll go on to the camera section.
Front door, 9 missed events, button.
Okay, so I touched the camera, and if I double tap there, where it says front door, 9 missed events, I can definitely view all my missed events. Now, if I flick one more time, I'll go to the settings of that camera.
Device settings, button.
Device settings, double tap.
Ring alerts, switch button, on.
Okay, so these are how I can configure the doorbell.
Back, front door, heading.
So I went to the top, to the back button, I flicked to the right.
Button.
That button is an unlabeled button, and we won't mess with that today. We'll just go through the app. Forget what it does. It does something, but I'm going to just go through the settings.
Ring alerts, switch button, on.
Okay, so there's the ring alerts. I got them on. So every time someone rings my doorbell, it will let me know.
Motion detection, switch button, on.
Okay. Now, say somebody comes to my door and they don't ring the doorbell, but they walk away. Well, if the doorbell detects motion, it will record the incident, and I will be able to view it later.
Motion alerts, switch button, on.
Okay, so we got that on.
Motion warning, switch button, off.
Okay, motion warning. Well, if the wind blew or leaves rustled or whatever, or somebody came up and walked away, I would get all these motion alerts, warnings, and it could be a lot at times. So I turned it off and keep it off. So I will only want to be known. I'll only want to know when someone actually rings the doorbell, or if they come by the doorbell. So that's pretty cool. But I don't want to be warned every single time on the motion alerts.
Motion warning. Switch button off.
The motion warning. Excuse me.
Live view button.
Okay, if I double tap there, I would be able to definitely have a live view of the video doorbell. I have done that. However, when I double tap on live view, it knocks out the voiceover, and I'm going to show another app for live view that they made because it was so slow with the Ring app that they actually made another companion app called Rapid Ring, so people can get to their cameras quickly, because you can see how busy this one camera can be.
Event history button.
Okay, that event history, if I double tap there, I can go through my event history.
Accessories button.
And accessories. Ring, even when you go through the settings, I want to advertise, hey, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that?
NEW.
Okay, new.
Mode settings button.
Mode settings.
Linked devices button.
Linked devices. So
mode settings.
Mode settings. If I double tap that, it would definitely go through different settings for the Ring doorbell.
Linked devices button.
Linked devices. So if you say you don't have a ringer for your Ring doorbells, some houses come with a ringer wired in. But if you didn't have that, you can buy chimes and link them to your Ring doorbell, and you would be able to know someone's at your door when they push the button.
Motion snooze button.
Like a motion snooze. If I didn't want it to get a bunch of motion at a certain time, I can snooze it for a period of time.
Linked chimes button.
And there's linked chimes. You can buy more than one chime, so say you can have one at the front of the house and one at the back of the house, and you'll definitely know when someone rings your doorbell or what have you, that someone's at your door.
Device health button.
Device health. Okay, so I have a battery-powered one, so I want to double tap on this device health, and it'll tell you the percentage of my battery power. So we'll double tap there. One finger.
Loading.
I'll touch in the middle of the screen to get some kind of focus.
Solar status, add battery level, 84%.
Okay, so my battery level is pretty good at 84%. So every time it gets low, say to 20%, Ring will send me an email and let me know my device needs charging. And these batteries, they're easy to put in, and they charge with micro USB. So they're pretty kind of old technology. The new stuff people are getting is probably USB-C, but it works, not bad. So if I had a extra battery and it was going low, I can swap it out and be catching video in minutes or less.
Solar status, add Ring solar accessory to help this device stay charged. Not connected.
So Ring sells a solar panel that you can buy and kind of run up in there, and it's supposed to help you with your device, but I don't think it was made for the Ring doorbell. You'd have to remove the battery for that, and but if it can power it, that'd be cool. But what would you do at night, especially if there's no light or if there's a bunch of clouds? So that would not be cool in that instance.
Shop now button.
Okay, shop now.
Network heading.
Okay, it's probably telling me about my network, so we'll go back.
Button.
Okay.
Front door, back button.
There we go. So that's a little overview of the Ring app, and I'm gonna demo it in a few minutes. But I wanted to quickly show you how to get to your live view with another app called Rapid Ring. So I'm going to close this app out.
Ring. App switcher. Ring active.
And I'm going to
actions available.
3-finger swipe up.
Shopping folder. 8 apps.
And find
Page 3
Rapid
of 9.
Ring. All right, I'm going to open the Rapid Ring app now.
Kitchen off. Start live view. Rapid. Apps. Rapid Ring active.
I apologize.
Actions available.
I already opened up. Double tap there.
Rapid Ring.
And I'm going to go to the Ring doorbell.
Rapid Ring active. Rapid Ring active. Front yard 1. Front door. All alerts off.
Okay.
Start live view button.
Okay, it says start live view. So I'm going to double tap there, and it will play the live view.
Landscape.
Okay, put it on landscape. I have to hit the accept button, so I'm going to flick to the right.
Hang up button. Starting live view. Hang up button. Hang up.
I gotta wait till it says accept.
Starting live view. Ellipsis.
And this used to be a lot faster, but I guess I don't know what happened, but it's not as fast.
Hang. Starting live view. Starting live view. Ellipsis.
And it doesn't matter what type of Wi-Fi
Hang up
you
button.
have. You
Possibly phone.
You can have the fastest Wi-Fi, and it'll still be this slow.
Hang up but accept button.
Okay, so I'm
Possibly
accept.
phone.
I'm going to turn the volume up. Okay, so that is what my doorbell is seeing and hearing. All right. I will close this out, and next we'll ring the doorbell.
App switcher. Rapid Ring active.
I'll do a 3-finger swipe up.
App 1 of 1. Center of screen. Swipe up with 3 fingers to close the app. Okay. Portrait.
Okay, and next we'll ring the doorbell and see what that sounds like.
Done. Pause button.
Outside. Hello, I'm outside my front door, and I'm going to open up so you can hear. There's my security system. I'm going to hit my Ring doorbell. All right, and that's how it sounds. Hello, Boston. It's my guide dog. You can run to the door. It's all right. Everything's good. And if I was in the house and used the Rapid Ring app or what have you, I can do a 2-way talking. And that's always pretty good. So you can say who it is, ask who it is, and it could be the post person or UPS or FedEx or just another neighbor. So, but that's how that sounds. And
done. Pause button.
All right, I wanted to show you what it sounds like because it can work with the. It's all inclusive with their Amazon's ECHO devices. Awesome. Go lay down. Oh. Okay, and I'm gonna ring it real quick. And the dog's, he's thinking we're going outside, but we're not. I'll let you hear what it says. So that's a little alert.
Someone is at the front door.
That lets you know someone's at the front door. And this is a pretty accessible iOS app. You can also customize your alerts on your device. So we will
shopping folder, 8 apps.
Unlock it.
Settings, 1 new item.
And I will
fast forward, 15 pause button.
Ring the doorbell one more time and try to capture what a device might say. Meaning like an iPad with the Ring app, an iPhone, stuff like that. So like that. Well, it did not.
Page 2 of 9. Adjustable. Home. Fast pause button.
I'm going to hit the Ring doorbell one more time. I had my notifications for Ring turned off for some reason, but I turned it on this is another device. And we'll hear what it sounds. That is not it. Now that's something totally different. I apologize. Just out of the blue there. I'm going to hit the button now.
Someone's at your front door.
Someone is at your front door.
Okay, so that's what it would sound like on your, maybe you have an iPad or another iPhone or something like that, so you can kind of customize it. You cannot truly customize it, but you can kind of customize it from the default Ring. And this is a pretty good app. It's very accessible, and so it could be a little, maybe a bit cluttered, but it is definitely very usable with iOS gestures. And the only thing we found is that one unlabeled button. But other than that, it works very well, and I would recommend that. And hopefully everyone enjoyed this recording, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer questions.
All right. Great job, Kenny. Thank you. And poor Boston thinks you're playing some cruel game, ringing the bell and not going anywhere. All right. So who has questions for Kenny? Anybody? About the Ring doorbell app.
This is Greg.
Greg.
So Kenny, I'm curious to see if your experience is the same as mine, but I've found even with Rapid Ring, it's real slow to be able to activate it to find out who's at the front door. I've found that if I ask the A lady, she's responds much more quickly. Have you had the similar experience?
Yes, the Rapid Ring app used to be very quick, and I don't know what has happened to make it, very slow. I mean, they made that app specifically for that task, so and that's why I mentioned it doesn't matter what kind of Wi-Fi you have. You can have like gigabit Wi-Fi, it's still going to give you that hang up, and literally takes almost a minute to get an accept button. Since this is iOS, I rarely mention the ECHO stuff. But yes, you are correct. It is it's a lot more quicker to get a response to the ECHO
All right.
devices.
Oh, sorry. Just a reminder, we just don't use the hand raise feature. So if you want to have a question, you can say your name. And I think Misty, is that you, had a question? You have to unmute, please.
Yes, it's me.
Go ahead.
I wanted to know, with the device you were just talking about, the doorbell and stuff like that, what if the power goes out in our area? Would it still work?
If your power went out, depending on which one you had, I don't think it'll work, because like mine is dependent on the internet. Even though it's battery powered, it's dependent on the internet. So if my power went out, it wouldn't necessarily work. And that's probably true for most
Okay.
stores.
So it depends on the internet. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
If you're concerned about power outages, maybe your best bet would be to get a mobile hotspot that you could at least reroute the cameras to in the event that your internet was to go out. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know if they make any 5G cameras for these type of systems, and not that be another alternative.
Okay, thank you, Herbie. All right, anybody else? Questions for Kenny about the Ring doorbell? Pretty cool app there.
This Kathy.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Were some of the other devices, like one that interests me was the mailbox one. Our mailbox is at the end of our driveway. It'd be kind of cool to know when the mail person put something in there. Are these all separate sensors that you buy that connect with each feature?
Yes, the mailbox sensor is a separate sensor, and it would just let you know that someone opened your mailbox.
And so for the doorbell, is that somehow connected with the doorbell you always had, or is it a new doorbell that you install? I guess I'm not sure of the hardware.
Oh, okay. Okay. The Ring makes a number of doorbells. They make a battery powered one. They make a wired one. They make a couple of different wired ones. They make a Pro one, an Elite. So those are all, you have to wire them in one way or another, and they do make a battery option. Since I'm renting, and I don't want to do too much damage to the house, so I went with a battery powered option, where all I have to do is switch out the battery, and I'm back in business for at least a month or 2 or 3, depending on how many visits I get. And it does very good on the alerts, and even if someone was to walk by, it'll catch them. And say if you were getting too many alerts, you can customize it down. You can kind of zero it down to lessen your alerts. And there's many options. There's even competitor doorbells out there. So but I was showing the Ring app, and it's pretty good as far as it goes. And I've used this for a number of years and haven't had any complaints yet.
Thank you.
All right, great. Anybody else? Questions for Kenny? And
Elisa?
Okay, go ahead.
How much did it cost you to get the doorbell ringer, and is it free for the App Store?
The app is free in the App Store. It works on Android and iOS. And the doorbell at the time I bought it cost me $165. I'm pretty sure there's a I think it went to $100. I think I want to say, but they're always improving. So I have the Ring Video Doorbell 2. They have a 3 out and maybe even a 4. So there's always improvement. But I say, nothing's wrong with my 2. So until it flips out and bites the dust, I'll keep on using it.
This is Sandhya. I was just going to add, Kenny, like when you were talking about the wire, there's also, to answer Kathy's question about the hardware, there's a camera, obviously. So if you have sighted people in your house or whatever, they can also see who is at the door, and if it's like connected to your TV or whatever. So it's pretty neat. And the newer ones, apparently I had to get a new one recently, like about a week ago, and apparently the angle is, so you have to like mount that, and you have to have the doorbell like installed to connect it with, if you have the wired option. So there's a little bit of work there that probably might need some sighted assistance, but I have seen some demos where totally blind people have done it. So that's a little bit of clarification on that. So
this is Tree.
Go ahead, Tree.
So one thing I did, Kenny, is to speed up the response for the video is I bought a chime extender and put it within 30 minutes, within 30 feet of the door. And I've noticed that I've got a much better response seeing the video show up on my phone now. Not that it matters to me.
So they purposely, this is Kenny, they purposely slowed it down so you'd have to buy a Chime Pro. Yeah, I had a Chime Pro, and I did not want to hook up all my devices to that or one of them, and so I actually gave away the Chime Pro because even though it's a nice speaker, very good piece of hardware, it got extremely hot, and it doubles as not only a chime but as a, like she's saying, a Ring Wi-Fi extender. And it just mine got incredibly hot. I was like, man, this thing is hot. And at first I thought it was where I put it, so I moved it, and it got the same results. And so I decided it was maybe a bit fire risk or something, and gave it away. And I don't even know if the people I gave it away to are even using it, but it is a good option. And when I saw that, I said, man, this would have been great if they would have made this an ECHO device, because of the quality of it. But you're right. I wondered why why the app got slower and slower, because it's like on the demo, it's super slow, but it does eventually get there. And so, man, who would have thought they would sabotage their stuff just so their other hardware could come into play? But
this is Sandhya.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenny, have you ever been able to, this is what I know people do, is like, if you're not home, have you been able, does it work okay when you're not at home and you're able to answer the phone and say, pretend like you're home and you're really not, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Yes, Kenny, it depends on how quick they move away from the doorbell. I've been able to catch the pharmacist or the post person or somebody at the door, and using the Rapid Ring app, and it has been useful that way. Oh, leave the box at the door, or what have you, or or the Amazon person. So I have, but you have to be real quick, and I'm talking like lightning quick. Otherwise, they walk away, because we'd like to think it's real time, but it's really not. There is some delay from when you even if you double tap on the notification and pull up the Ring app, there's some delay there. So you just have to be quick. So if I'm not home and expecting a package, if I get that Ring alert, I double tap on that quickly and try to engage the person.
All right, I think we have Paul. Go ahead.
It sounded to me like if the Ring, the Wi-Fi extender thing helped your speed, it's maybe that your router is far enough away that you're not getting a good strong signal, and it's having to retransmit. Maybe if you could relocate your router, you might get a more rapid response.
Okay.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I've had Ring doorbell from the get-go, and when I got it, their thing to me was, your router has to be 30 feet to the Ring doorbell, and that's a very difficult task for them to tell me, because the router is put in basically where the people provide the service of the ISP. They put it, you can't tell them, hey, I need it 30 feet by the door. So the solution was the Ring extender, and I suspect it's because a lot of people complained that the router is so far away from the Ring doorbell. And keep in mind, these are HD videos, so they require a constant bandwidth, and these are not small bandwidth. They require a relatively large amount. That's why the delay is coming through the video. The sound comes right away. It's the video that lags.
Yeah, this is Kenny. I'm not sure about their Elite or their Pro and stuff like that, which I know one of them uses Ethernet. But mine runs on the 2.4 gigahertz, which has plenty of range. 2.4, it's the same frequency as like your microwave. It's a low enough or frequency where it's going to easily surpass 30 feet. Why Ring has said 30 feet from the router is a bit of a misnomer. It's incorrect, and I think they said that so they can sell these, like I said, the fancy extender They do have a fancy extender. It's about $50, and it's a pretty good piece of hardware. And all it is a chime and a Wi-Fi extender. And like I said, I did have one. And I hooked it up, but mine got incredibly hot. And I was like, man, this thing's getting hot. And at first I thought it, like I said, I thought it was where I put it, so I moved it, put it somewhere cooler, and it still got hot. So, but that was just my experience with that piece of device, and I ended up giving it away as a gift to someone that had the Ring system.
Okay, well, thank you, Kenny. I think we're nearing the end of the meeting. Did anybody have real quick final questions for any of our other presenters, either Tom or Greg? Thought of something you wanted to ask before we wrap it up? Anybody?
This is Sri.
Go ahead.
So this is for Greg. Greg, do you know if you can dictate the keyboard shortcut without typing it?
Maybe on mute.
Yes, definitely. Well, I say that I dictated the phrase. I'd have to check on dictating the shortcut. You may not be able to, because you'd just be dictating letters.
So yeah, are you saying dictating the shortcut or the actual phrase, Sri?
Like this is Sri. I was hoping to say, like, I see, and it then translates the shortcut to that text instead of.
This is Greg.
Like I wanted to say at, so it just does my email address instead of having the keyboard to do that at.
Go ahead, Greg.
Well, if the letters IC, it would probably type the words.
Yeah.
IC.
And
you just have to experiment with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I really, truly wanted to thank Tom from Vermont, and Greg here from Texas, and Houston, and Kenny from Missouri. All of y'all did a wonderful job, and thank you to our audio engineer, Herbie, for all his help today. And we thank all of you who have joined, new people and our regulars. We appreciate you guys coming and asking questions. And we do this every, fourth Saturday of the month. So we hope that you will come back again. Definitely visit our website and register, and then you'll get notifications. We hope you've enjoyed our program. And we are going to just remember the fundraiser going on. So check that out. And for anybody, like I said, we have the iBug Buzz on Monday nights for 7 to 9. Any questions about your iPhone? And maybe you think of some questions that happened today, like, oh, hey, I forgot to ask about this. Well, that would be a great time to come with those questions. And remember the mentoring program. If you want help or you have somebody that needs some help, definitely check that out. So with that, we are going to lovingly end the meeting, and we hope that y'all have a beautiful spring afternoon. So good night.